Hey guys, holy shit, I'm back. I have been in my own personal hell the past week. Bae was making the bed, mistook our blanket for a parachute, and my external hard drive went flying off and broke, causing me to lose all of the footage on it. I took it in to get an estimate through Geek Squad, and those motherfuckers quoted me like $600 to $2,200 to recover it. Ain't nobody got funds for that, so naturally the stubborn computer nerd inside me rose to the occasion and spent the last week recovering all my shit all by myself. So this part of the video got cut out thanks to Hurricane Bae, but rather than continuing to buy palettes on palettes on palettes and never using them, I wanted to revisit palettes from my stash that I don't really feel got the love that I intended to give them when I first bought them, starting out with a Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. All I did here was prime my eyelids with my MAC Soft Ochre paint pot, and I took the shade White Chocolate and I applied it all over my lids as a base. And then I took a bit of Salted Caramel and Semi-Sweet and I applied them into my crease, super blown out. Next, I'm taking Humid by MAC and I'm focusing it on the outer edge of my eye. This used to be one of my favorite green eyeshadows back in the day, and I'm so glad I went through my collection and found it. It's like a super gorgeous forest green shade, and in my opinion, it looks bomb with every eye shade. You'll also notice throughout this tutorial that it really brings out blue eyes, which I think is kind of unexpected. And then I'm going to take Gilded Ganache and I'm deepening up that outer edge a little bit. Another eyeshadow I used to live for by MAC is Sumptuous Olive. Oh my god, just look at it. Girl boners everywhere. I'm getting nostalgic feelings of being young and social. Like, you know, the days where you do your makeup and actually step foot out in public so other humans can appreciate it? Those were the days. I'm gonna apply that on the first half of my eye, and then I'm just gonna kind of blend the two greens into one another to create a beautiful natural gradient. I'm gonna go back into the Chocolate Bar palette and I'm taking a bit of Amaretto and I'm gonna apply it just above my crease, focusing it on the outer edge. And then for the front of my eye, I'm taking a bit of Cherry Cordial and I'm blowing it out upwards towards the front of my brow. And then I'm taking a bit of Salted Caramel and applying it above Amaretto upwards towards the end of my brow. And then I'm gonna touch up Humid. To clean up my brow bone as well as the surrounding area of my eye, I'm taking some more white chocolate and I'm just tidying things up a little bit. If you guys have been watching me since day one, you'll know that I love cleaning the outside of my eyeshadow with a matte base shade. It's a really great way to perfect your edges without tampering with your masterpiece or the shape, if you know what I'm saying. Then I'm just intensifying a few of the shades for a little extra pop. And rather than doing eyeliner today, I'm just gonna take Triple Fudge and I'm gonna press it into my lash line for a little bit of smokiness. And then I'm gonna pop on some Koko lashes in Iris, and these are one of my absolute favorites. And then I'm going to apply some L'Oreal Telescopic mascara. And with a makeup wipe, I'm gonna wipe off all the fallout mess on my face before I start my foundation. And I would highly recommend doing your eyeshadow first before your foundation if you're planning on doing a smoky, colorful look like this, because you will for sure get fallout. Moving on to my face, I'm priming my T-zone with the Makeup Forever Mattifying Primer, which by the way is an oily girl's savior. And for foundation, I'm using the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NC20 and NC25. And funny enough, this was my ride or die foundation when I was in my early 20s. But at one point or another, it started to kind of break me out, so I stopped using it. And now I'm in my late 20s, and it's dope as fuck. It doesn't break me out anymore, which is super exciting. I am using the Real Techniques stippling brush to do this, I believe. Let me know if you guys want me to start listing each brush I use in the description box for you. I'll make a conscious effort to do that with every video if you would like. Whenever I fill in my eyebrows before I do my foundation, I use a small concealer brush to apply the foundation around the brows so I don't mess them up or ruffle their feathers. As per usual, I am using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Warm, and I'm blending it out with a damp beauty blender. And then to set that, I'm using the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. And I'm doing that with the same beauty blender. And I am brushing off the excess with my Delium Tapered contour brush. To set the rest of my face, I'm using my powder puff with that same Laura Mercier powder. And for a little extra coverage, I'm going to use the MAC Studio Fix powder in C2. And then I'm just going to smoke out my bottom lash line, starting with Semi Sweet. And then I'm going to do a little bit of Humid on the outer edge. And you'll notice that I'm dragging Humid all the way around the edge of my eye and connecting it to the outer edge of my eyelid. And this gives the eye a really nice blown out rounded effect. I enjoy doing that with smoky eyes. And the brush I'm using to do this, by the way, is by e.l.f. I think it was like $1 or $2. I'm then applying some mascara to my bottom lashes and highlighting my face using the Balm's Mary Luminizer, doing the usual tip of my nose, tear ducts, just below the arches of my brows, and then eventually I'm going to do my cheekbones. And to bronze my face, I'm using my usual Ride or Die Smashbox Soft Fusion Lights in Dusk. And I'm doing this in such a way that kind of acts as a bronzer and a contour in one. I'm emphasizing the cheekbone area with it. You'll notice that it looks a little bit deeper. And then for blush, I'm using Down Boy by the Balm. This is a gorgeous matte bluish pink shade. And like I said, I'm highlighting my cheekbones with the Mary Luminizer, and I'm setting my face using the L'Oreal Infallible setting spray. Oh my god, both of my feet are asleep and I just tried moving them. For my lips today, I'm starting out by lining them with the MAC Subculture lip liner. And then I'm going to be using the Jeffree Star Liquid Lipstick in Celebrity Skin. This formula is a bit more wet than others, but it dries to perfection and it is extremely comfortable, especially if you apply a tiny bit of lip balm before you start your makeup so the lips have enough time to absorb it. I'd highly recommend that trick with pretty much any liquid lipstick, to be honest. Then I'm just gonna casually crush a banana, make eyes with Bay, and call it a day. Thank you guys very much for your patience. I deeply appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed this look, give this video some love, and make sure to peep the description box for all of the products that I used. As always, thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.